Dear friends of Broken Crescent, I will start today a series of a campaign, a short campaign of the Solanki Rajputs. I'm not sure how far I will go, but we will see. So I'll do this spontaneously. So as I'm playing, I'll be recording. Whatever happens, happens. And as far as I can go. So very hard, very hard. That's a first. I normally don't try very hard. So I have my modified AI. So very hard will be quite hard. The diplomacy will be relatively not so hard, hopefully. Because I also have my fix there. These are just files that I've also uploaded under alt, underscore alt, so I have them in the data directory. Say a few words just very quickly. The Solanki Rajputs was one of four Rajput clans. They were what they were called Kshatriya warriors. So there were various clans, or other various what are called levels in society. The highest level were the priests, the Brahmins, and then there were middle class who were merchants and so on, and a lower class who were the undesirables, whatever they'll call the untouchables. And they were, used for the very simple and dirty jobs. In addition to those, there was a class of warriors, and they were called Kshatriya. And the Rajputs were these class of warriors, but in the end, they ended up having their own states, 4 states. And at this period, they were at war, or they had been for a couple of centuries at war a little bit with each other, but also with other states, not Rajput states, in India. For example, the Marathas was one of those states. So let's get started and have a look at the starting position. So here we have 2 Rajput states. One of them is the Solanki Rajputs, and then there's another one based at Delhi, the Chauhan Rajputs. The Solanki Rajputs start with just one settlement, this Castle of Dar. And here's Prince Devapala. And somewhere or other should be the Maharaja Vindhya Varman. Okay, so this area of India, and up here, a little bit further, this is not the complete area that the Rajputs controlled, but this area for sure, up to the Khyber Pass, which is here, including all of Pakistan, and even down south here, this region of the Indus Delta. All this area, until a few centuries ago, was inhabited by Hindus. There were also a small number of Buddhists in the area, but the religion was Hinduism. And this area was very fertile, so you can imagine this was like very rich, and there were large cities and lots of temples, and it was a very wealthy part of the world. There was only one connection to the rest of the world through this Khyber Pass. It was the only way to get to India, and it was a way that many conquerors started arriving from around the time of the Arab expansion. So when the Arabs expanded out of Arabia, as spreading Islam, they got to about here, which was Afghanistan, and then through the Khyber Pass started invading India. Their leader at the time was Muhammad of Ghazni, who had established his capital somewhere here, was a fortress of Ghazni. But a couple of centuries later, there was a Turkish migration of the Turks from the deserts up here through the passes of across Amu Darya into Persia, And they started spreading also towards Afghanistan. They became Islamized, but then they became a distraction. That was the time when the Crescent was broken. The arrival of the Turks somewhat upset the waters, because now they were both Turks and Arabs, two different cultures, different languages. Both became Islamized, and they started having their own ideas, they wanted to have their own kingdoms. Both were very warlike. They didn't, they had to look for opportunities to start wars, and so they started fighting with each other and among themselves. And that provided a distraction for the Ghaznavids. And at that time, I can't remember if it was Turks or Arabs, but one of the, of course, that would be the ruling class, but one of the minor rulers here in the area of Gore, what it was called, near the Khyber Pass, became quite powerful. And as the Ghaznavids were being attacked by the Turks on one side, and now the ruler of Gore became powerful, and with his base in Kabul also started a war against the Ghaznavids. And at some point, a few years after 1174, when the campaign starts, he captured and sacked Ghazni itself. And so the Ghaznavid Sultanate came to an end. In the meantime, there had been constant incursions into India, and India had been absolutely ransacked and ravaged and destroyed. All these areas had been, year after year after year, just completely overrun and ransacked and vandalized and pillaged. During that period, down here, an Islamic kingdom emerged. In addition to the Ghaznavids and the Ghurids, and there was the kingdom of Sind, who had a particular, their own version of Islam called Ibadism or Ibadism. And the Rajputs had suffered defeat after defeat. Somehow the armies were not up to the level of the Islamic armies. That was true everywhere. In my view, the people who came from the desert had nothing else to do other than fight. And they had no other lives. They had no properties. That was all they were doing since they were born. Whereas people living in societies that were established, that were urban societies, they had other interests, and very few people were, some people were military people or soldiers, but they would be a minority, and it wasn't the preferred way of making money. Whereas for there's desert peoples, the only way to make a wealth was to raid and loot. And so, or the best way was that. It wasn't the best way for urbanized societies. And so it was a very unequal fight of people who were soldiers all their lives against people who were not soldiers all their lives. And a few people were, they would fight if they had to. But it wasn't the main thing. And so it was a very unequal sort of situation. They didn't have, the same interest to go and kill and fight and steal and loot. So that was the situation for about 2 centuries, and India has been ravaged. But the Rajput states, I think 1 or 2 of them, the ones in Pakistan, have been destroyed. But the Paramara Rajputs, who were based, I think, in Delhi, or the Chauhan Rajputs, who were based in Delhi. The Paramara Rajputs, I'm not sure where they were. And then there were the Solanki Rajputs, who were based down here, in what is, I think, proper Rajasthan. They were still holding, they were still trying to survive. There have been raids down here by the Muslims, but somehow some of the Rajput rulers managed to recover some of the territory and hang on to whatever was left that was not dilapidated. And so let's start our campaign. Here is our Prince Devapala. He is in the fortress of Dar. And that's the only settlement the Solanki Rajputs get. Here's their Maharaja, Maharaja Vindhya Varman. And of course they get elephants, and they have to use them very quickly because they are very expensive. Let's see. Yeah, they're losing money, so they have to use their elephants quickly or disband them. In fact, I'm kind of in favor of disbanding one of the elephants. Don't know. Let's see how it goes. Let's just use them straight away. So without further ado, do we have? Yes, we also have a diplomat. So wherever he is, he has to go somewhere else. So off you go. And here is a spy. There's a settlement here, Anilvara. Okay, that's doable. That is doable. We need the elephants though. So here's the plan. We don't need these guys. They can go to die. I want to force them to come out to minimize casualties. And I don't care so much about losing elephants because they're expensive. But with the elephants, I can hopefully kill their commander. That's the plan. Minimize casualties. Think out of the box, kind of. Yeah. Okay, Anilvara is a great settlement. That develops very well and becomes very wealthy. And so this will be our first capital once we conquer it. And I think that was game turn 1. I don't think we have much to do other than besiege Anilvara. Off we go. Okay, and as I expected, they're selling out. I have done this campaign during playtesting. I playtested basically all the factions, but that was maybe a year ago. So let's see how it goes. Okay, we're vastly outmatched. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'm going to pause here. I want to check the territory. So, 2 options. I want to go somewhere where I have a height advantage because I want to charge back at the cavalry who will be chasing me. And the place is very flat, unfortunately. There's no height advantage anywhere. Is there height advantage here? I don't think so. No height advantage anywhere. It doesn't matter then where we go. Let's go this way. I have the feeling this might somehow work out. So maybe 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's see what happens. It's a rainy day. They're selling out in the rain. They don't mind getting wet. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a little. Don't need to shoot, Warriors. Where is the cavalry? They had a cavalry unit. And it's a very good one. Oh, they're gone. They're saddling their horses. Oh no, they're there at the front. Okay, let's get moving then. We have to hurry up. Now we can get the skirmishers, the archers, shooting from the elephants. I'm not sure if these arrows will do any harm to the enemy cavalry. We'll find out. Warriors, charge! Oh, what's going on? Sorry, forgot to move them. Okay, fine. We have to charge. Forgot who is who. It's too late now. Okay, you go there. And you go here. And you turn around. So their infantry is still some way behind. If we can pin down their leader, we're good. Okay, I think we managed to pin him down. That's it. Now I think he's kind of in a tight spot.
The enemy warlord flees before our warriors. Attack!
Okay, hopefully he will not escape. Hopefully nobody will escape. Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Nobody escape. Please kill them all. There's 3 left. Please don't let them escape.
The enemy warlord is running like a startled goat.
I better not be running. Please kill him.
Worthy warriors have captured the enemy general.
Oh yeah.
Give the fool a cup.
Those elephants are very glorious looking. That's it. That's good. Okay. We're good. Now, infantry are coming. Now we have 2 options. One of them is to charge the infantry, but they have some very good spearmen. And I can't remember what the other units were. The Gandhara spearmen are pretty good. Jaipur longbowmen are the best longbowmen. The Hindus get, the Rajputs get. So I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to... Sorry, keep going, guys. Just going to run away. Cowardly as that sounds. You have to think like they were real people. You don't want the elephants to be killed. It takes years, no doubt, to train a war elephant. And these people are your nobles of the kingdom. And probably if you think like that, you'll be doing okay. It's not about killing enemies. It's about preserving your own strength. And that's how I think. And sometimes winning a battle without fighting, winning a war without fighting battles, is the best way to win a war, in a sense. Of course, it's not fun. You know, this is a game of real-time battles, so it's not fun not to have any battles. I'm just saying the principle. And what the principle is. There will be some bloody fighting, no doubt. So these are some of the Rajput units. They have this more greyish look because they are rebels. Very interesting flag. Okay, now Now we have to go this way. Everybody, move this way. Hopefully they're all doing the right thing. So the enemy is within range. Are they shooting us? The longbowmen have a long range, and that can cause the elephants to panic. Are they shooting? They are reloading. Ah, that's it. Because it's raining. That's lucky. They cannot use flaming arrows.
My men have fought long and are becoming tired.
That's what happens when we fight long. We become tired. Okay, keep moving. There was a story I heard once when I was visiting Quebec by a guide. He gave us a guided tour of Quebec in Canada, how the English conquered Quebec, how the English conquered French Canada. So the French had a garrison of 4,000 men in Quebec, and they had a star fort. It was in the 1700s. The British came up with some ships, and they disembarked some Marines who were in the ships. There were about 2,000 Marines, so the French had 4,000 strong garrisons. So they decided, like we see here, to leave the walls and fight the English Marines. In outside the walls. They thought they had superiority. Nothing could possibly go wrong. And the English Marines, after exchanging a few shots, started running away. And the French started chasing after them, like they were doing with the elephants. We started chasing after them. Well, it so happened, somehow, by accident or by design, a few of the English soldiers managed to kind of stay hidden, escape attention. Whether they did on purpose or it just happened accidentally, it was unclear. Apparently the guy told us. But the venture towards the Star Fort of it was a main Star Fort. It was like a, what would it be? A citadel, but it wasn't encompassing the whole city. It was only outside the city. It was a main fortification. But it was the citadel where the French army was garrisoned. And they found the gates left open, and apparently nobody was inside. And so they went in, locked the door, and practically Quebec was theirs, and so was French Canada. So it has happened in real history. How often it has happened, how many times the siege was lost by negligence in this way. But it's not too difficult to repeat this in Broken Crescent. So the first guy who's at the front, turns out, is our leader, is already exhausted from all the running in the rain. Maharaja Vindhya Varman. Everyone is exhausted, but the elephants are exhausted, so are the enemy rebels. So I think we've tired them enough. Let's see, we don't have to go any further. Are you still going? Oh, you stopped. Come on, why do you stop? I thought I gave you instructions to go inside. Why aren't you running? I have to be careful now, because they might throw arrows. Hopefully they cannot fire flaming arrows, so it's good to fight in the rain when you have elephants. Now that I think about it, it wasn't bad. Think that it was raining. Jump with a long bowman. I don't want to charge that Gandhara spear. I can shoot at them from the distance. If they try to... they're distracted by the elephants. It's good. They try to go inside and then charge them. How are you doing? Are we there yet? Not yet. Dang it. Come on. I just want to distract them. It's not about killing anybody. It's about... There it is. It has worked. It has worked. I'm never sure if these sorts of things will work. Every time it's a little bit different. Okay. Yeah, but the enemy army is not too far away from the walls. Can I distract them? I'm going to start shooting. Okay, it's going to be tight. I'm not sure I can win this, but okay. And the trees, they have a little bit of extra defense from the trees. What are the rebels doing? They're also exhausted. Doing double... No, I'm not doing double speed. Single speed. Have 2 minutes. Oh dear. Don't know if I can hold it back. We just have to distract them. Okay. If they're going, I'll have to charge them. Problem is not so much charging them, I have to distract them. If I charge them, they're going to... They're just going to rout and go even faster. Oh fuck, they can fire flaming arrows. Okay, charge. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. But I want to stop them from...
Our foe has taken the walls. Throw
Okay.
them back, or our people will be slaughtered.
Okay, we won. Do we lose anybody? I don't think so.
They lie around us, and we still walk.
Phew,
That
that's
makes
good.
us be victors for today.
Oh yeah. Indeed. So that worked out. Okay, they're fellow Hindus here, so Prince Devapala is getting married. Okay. Fine. Where is Delhi? There it is.
What plan do you bring to my people? Your plan is well, yes.
Oh yeah, it's a good plan. So let's see what we can do here. So first of all, let's get some garrison units. We don't need them in Dar. Now we have to think where we're going next and what we're building first. Are we building fast? I'm not sure. Merchant. We're building fast. We can get a diplomat. That's pretty good. Already? That's good. We have a building that gives us diplomats. The Brahmin's Chambers. Okay. Minor city already. Wow. Okay, we have already spies. We don't need that. Okay, let's go for the road. We can't build them straight away. We're out of cash. Yeah, where's our next target? Several options. There's a good settlement somewhere here. Gwalior. I think it's here. There's a fortress here. And we already know there's a rebel town there. And there's another one here. Yeah. Okay. Javelin cavalry. Cavalry is useful. Ah, I can already get cavalry. Alright. Because cavalry is faster than elephants. It gives more flexibility. You're off. Let's send our spy. Okay, we can't reach Somnat, but we can reach this place called Kuch. And there are no elephants, no cavalry. Easy. Okay, let's try this. The elephants are costing money. Yeah, we're losing money. Okay, I don't need both elephants. I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna save this. So this is gonna be. Well, there's Solanki. Sol vhvh 1174. I'll do onboard game turn. Okay, as I expected. We could even charge these guns. I didn't think they were very good. Yeah, we can even charge them. Charge them and win. Let's exhaust them a little bit first, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay. Maharaja. The future of the kingdom is in your hands. Okay, let me pause. We go right or left. This is a good spot to charge our enemies without being shot. We need a little bit of undergrowth, I think. A little bit of. Where are we? Here. So either this side or this side. I'll go for this side because it's closer. I'll get tired less. And there is some cover. Not much, but some. Okay, so some of the Hindu settlements seem to have been edited a little bit. I don't remember this from vanilla. Look very peculiar. And there's something weird about this territory outside. So they've been whitewashed. Whether some settlements of this sort exist in a mod or somewhere else, I'm not sure. You see them in Broken Crescent. Some of the settlements have this weird whitewashed appearance. And sometimes it seems as if some buildings are missing. There's some open spaces. Don't know what to make out of that. I don't see any open spaces in this map. No, looks normal. There's some white fields, wherever they are, and some funny graphics. Warmed up. Okay, we need to give the elephants a little bit of a rest. We can charge them for laughs. Why not? I mean, you could, in theory, just run away and make a big detour and come back. We can outrace them in elephants. That's a little bit close. But usually they get tired. And on the way back, they're a little bit tired and they cannot go so far. And if you're on horses, you have a little bit of an advantage. With the elephants, it's close. Sometimes some of the units can't get back. You have to time it. The other option is just to make them tired and then charge them. And since I'm doing a live, a live play, I may charge them for more laughs, more experience, more fun. But let's just get them tired first. There's no need to run necessarily. I'll just have to check. The moment the longbowmen stop to shoot, I'll start running. Okay. There's some distance because I also cannot shoot them. If I cannot shoot them, they cannot shoot back. Or they cannot shoot me. So the range is too big. But longbowmen have a long range, so you have to be careful. Now they are within range, so let's start running. Are you getting tired? I hope you are. Yeah, I have a feeling they start getting a little bit tired. It might work, might not. Normally I just run away. Not let them chase me. But it's a little bit boring. If that is all you do. So. Alrighty. Don't waste time. Charge. Before they stop and start loading, we have to catch the bowmen before they load. Reloading. Come on, come on, come on. Is he tired? He's warmed up. Come on. If they get scared, they start running around. We'll be okay. Please. Oh, they started shooting. Come on. You're supposed to be running. What is that? Don't let them shoot at you, please. Okay, these guys are broken, so I don't want to. Come on, you can move. I have to break them all before anybody gets to the town center, to the town plaza.
The battle seems to go well for us.
Okay.
Such hopeful siege does the mighty
Half,
victory come forth.
half the enemy
Only half
army.
the enemy force remains between us and
Okay,
victory.
that's good, that's good. Okay, the other longbowmen are routed, so I think we've won that.
Our foe is
That's
broken.
it.
Watch how these weaklings run.
Okay,
Now,
good. End the
great
battle.
victories like this go to only the greatest of men.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only the greatest and the best. Glory to the Rajputs. Occupy. Revolution in Egypt. News from the West. Guard Sultanate. Okay, it will happen. Various alliances have been formed. And we have some cavalry. That's a nice thing to have. Prince Devapala is now Raja of Anilvara. And 4,437 profit. Good. So we're going to head towards Somnat. Before we get there, we have to let's try that. And still cannot build this road. Okay. Can build this little road. Why not? Let's do that. While waiting. Right. We had some agents, so first of all a merchant. Forgot about them. 24. 74. Can see 74 is good enough. And so these are the new custom made characters with new portraits. Tribhuvan Pal Paramar is one of our diplomats. The other one is Vijay Pal. Vijay Pal has to treat with the Gurids. And the Gurids should be around here. There. Could put in I back. Yeah.
There is no honor in forcing the Sultan's hand like this, infidel. Discussions are poor rules.
You are the infidel. I am the faithful. Ordered 500 florins. How about? Okay. Depends what faith we're talking about. Okay, so Peshawar. Peshawar is a fortress there in a very strategic location, the Khyber Pass. Okay, I think we're going to leave it here for this episode. I'm kind of being careful so I don't do anything stupid and embarrassing. Oh, looks good. Yeah, that's all we can do for now. So, I'll continue with the next episode. Possibly tomorrow, very shortly. Thank you for watching.